If you are titling a motor vehicle, bus, motorcycle, off-highway vehicle, truck, vehicle trailer, or a trailer weighing more than 2,000 pounds, then you would need to complete Form 82040. To avoid any delays in processing, allow us to assist you with properly completing this form. You can find a copy of this form by accessing the link shown on the screen. The link will also be available in the description section of this video. You can double check that you have the correct form if you see a car icon on the top left corner and the title indicates that the form is for an application for a certificate of motor vehicle title. Begin by selecting the application type. If you are transferring a title, select Transfer, or if you are obtaining an original title with the manufacturer's certificate of origin or bringing in a motor vehicle from out of state, select Original. Then mark if you want your certificate of title to be printed and how to receive it, either by mail or by picking it up at one of our offices, or if you choose to retain the title as an electronic title, mark No. If your vehicle is an off-highway vehicle type, then check off the correct selection in this section. If your vehicle is not an off-highway vehicle, leave this section blank. In Section 1, you will fill in all of your personal information that is being requested. The only parts that are voluntary are the phone number, email, and the question about hearing impairment. The customer number, fleet number, and unit number applies only for certain individuals or for businesses. If you do not have one, you can leave those spaces blank. Write in the owner's county of residence. Indicate if you are a Florida resident and a United States citizen. If you are applying for joint ownership, indicate whether the names on the title will be joined by and or. Here is a brief explanation of what this means. When a motor vehicle is registered in the names of two or more persons as co-owners with the word or, such motor vehicle will be held in joint tenancy. This means that each co-owner will be deemed to have granted to the other co-owner the absolute right to dispose of the title and interest in the motor vehicle, and the signature of any co-owner shall constitute proper endorsement. Upon the death of a co-owner, the interest of the decedent shall pass to the survivor as though title or interest in the motor vehicle was held in joint tenancy. This provision shall apply even if the co-owners are husband and wife. When a motor vehicle is registered in the names of two or more persons as co-owners in the conjunctive with the word and, the signature of each co-owner or his or her personal representative shall be required to transfer title to the motor vehicle. It is recommended that you consult with an attorney if you have questions or concerns about joint ownership or to make sure that you have all the necessary documents to include with your application. Provide the owner name exactly as it appears in your driver's license. Indicate your sex, write M for male or F for female, write in your date of birth, Florida driver's license number or identification card number, and mailing and residential address. If you wish for the title to be sent to another person at a different address, you can fill in the information of that individual in this section. If not, you can leave it blank. If there is a co-owner in the title, please fill in the information of that person in this section. If there is only one owner, you can leave it blank. In Section 2, please type in all the information of the motor vehicle. Very important. Don't forget to write in the weight of the vehicle. The weight is required for every vehicle. If you are transferring an existing Florida license plate that is in your name, enter the plate number here, or if you are looking to obtain a new Florida license plate, enter the word new here. GVW stands for gross vehicle weight, and it's only used when you are titling a truck or heavy vehicle weighing over 5,000 pounds. BHP/cc stands for brake horsepower per cubic centimeter. This part is only completed if you have a motorcycle or off-highway vehicle. The van use section only applies if you have a van that will be used to transport passengers or for another use. If you don't have a van, leave this section blank. Section 3 is to identify what the vehicle will be used for and what type of vehicle it is. In most cases, individuals will check off private use, and if the vehicle is electric, we'll also check off electric. but if your vehicle has more custom categories, please mark them in this section. Section 4 only applies if you are financing the motor vehicle and you have a lien holder. If you have a lien holder, please write your lien holder's information here. A lien holder is a lender that legally has an interest in your property until you pay it off in full. ELT stands for Electronic Lien and Title. Many financial institutions participate in this program, which allows individuals to electronically retain their title. If your lien holder is a business that has an FEID number, then most likely you have an ELT lien. Please reach out to your lien holder if you are unsure if you are an ELT customer or if you don't know your lien holder's information. Section 5 only applies if the motor vehicle has been transferred in your name. If the motor vehicle has been transferred in your name, select how it was transferred and the date that it was acquired. If you are selecting sale, the price should be written in the space provided. Section 6 is where you record your vehicle's mileage exactly as it shows on your odometer. Check the appropriate box that indicates whether your vehicle has a 5 or 6-digit odometer capability. Write in the mileage that appears in your odometer and write the date that it was read. Then select the correct mileage type. Reflects actual mileage, that is the true mileage with no alterations to the odometer. Is not the actual mileage. This is selected when the odometer is either broken or not legible or mileage is unknown. Is in excess of its mechanical limits. Select this option if the odometer has exceeded its limits and has started again from zero. If mileage is being recorded as exempt, write exempt and do not check a mileage type. A motor vehicle is only marked as exempt if it's one of the following: a motor vehicle with a model year of 2011 or newer is exempt after 20 years, or a motor vehicle with a model year of 2010 or older is exempt after 10 years. As a reminder, if you are bringing a vehicle from out of state and the title mileage is marked as exempt, it will remain exempt on your Florida title. Section 7 is left blank most of the time. This section is only completed if you purchase your motor vehicle from a Florida dealership. In most cases, the dealer is responsible for obtaining the title and registration on your behalf and completing this form. Section 8 is the VIN verification section and must be completed for all out-of-state motor vehicles, including trailers that weigh over 2,000 pounds. However, if you have one of the following, you do not have to do a VIN verification. New motor vehicle, regardless of whether purchased in Florida or out of state, you must have your manufacturer certificate of origin to show proof of ownership. Trailer type recreational vehicle, travel trailer, camp trailer, truck camper, and fifth wheel recreational trailer. Trailer and semi-trailer with a weight of less than 2,000 pounds. Off-highway vehicle, mobile home, or a vessel. The VIN can be verified by a law enforcement officer, Florida dealership, an agent from the Department of Motor Vehicles of the state of Florida, an employee of the tax collector's office, or a license plate agency, or by a Florida notary. If you are mailing this form from out of state, your VIN can only be verified by a law enforcement officer from any state or a military police officer. When applicable, make sure that the individual completing the VIN verification writes down their agency name and badge number. If you are bringing a used vehicle to Florida from a foreign country, the VIN verification has to be done by the DMV regional office. This does not include vehicles from America and Samoa, Guam, Northern Mariana Islands, Puerto Rico, or Virgin Islands. The DMV regional office responsible for Hillsborough County is Region 6 Motor Vehicle Field Operations Office, and they can be reached at 813-612-7110, option 4. Section 9 is only completed if you are exempt from sales tax per Chapter 212 of Florida statute. Sales tax would be exempt if acquired by inheritance, divorce decree, removing name of spouse from title, and receiving the motor vehicle as a gift. If applicable, accurately complete this section and provide the necessary documentation for the sales tax exemption. Section 10 is only used for scenarios when a vehicle was acquired by repossession. If applicable, mark the certification box. Section 11 is completed if the motor vehicle title is lost or destroyed, or if the motor vehicle will not be operated on the streets until it is properly registered. Section 12 is the signature section. This section must be signed and dated by the owner or owners applying for the title. If utilizing a power of attorney, the person that will be acting on your behalf will write in their name and signature and then write the letters POA after their printed name. If the title is in joint ownership with multiple owners, regardless if it is joined by the word and or, all co-owners must write their name, add their signature, and type in the date. Section 13 is only completed if you are acquiring the motor vehicle where the owner is deceased. Write the name of the deceased, the date of death, and check off the correct selection. Then mark if you are the spouse, co-owner, or heir. Write your name, add your signature and the date. And then write again your name, signature, and date in this section. If you acquired the motor vehicle by inheritance and you do not have title on hand, please call us at 813-635-5200 for further assistance.